All right, the next thing is I want to show you how to return things to our stockpile. So I pulled this hauler from our own stockpile, and that involved me having access codes and so forth and having that put in. I'm now in the public stockpile here. I could see all the stuff, and here's that. I want to go here. Somewhere you'll see something with 420 ST in it. This one stands for Terminus, but it can say anything right here, and you go to that, and for me to add it, you just go to submit vehicle and pop. It's no longer on me, and we now have 5 haulers instead of 4. So now let me pull out a flatbed. Now I'm showing you this so I can show you how to get your flatbed ready for pulling resources. So whenever you have a flatbed and you're moving containers to flatbeds, pull it to the side of the seaports or storage facilities because the haulers need to access it directly, and you only need to be in the range of a crane. So you go into here, and now let's look, if you had this public, you want to go to, for our personal, see if we have raw resource containers. That was right here, resource container. Click the button, and it'll pop one up. And I just ruined this guy's day by taking his spot. And then you package it. That means getting it ready to move. And that will, you can package sometimes, for, at least from a seaport and other places, from the crane itself. You'll see it put the little tie downs. Whenever you want to move something, you have to package it. And then you hold down the right mouse button and center it on that to grab it, and press left mouse button to pick it up. And then you're going to hold right mouse button and move the dot to your little flatbed and press the left mouse button when it's there. And ta-da, you now have a regular flatbed to haul salvage with. So I'm going to go and refuel this bad boy real quick. So pull back there, and I'm going to hit E, and then, I need to actually be out of it, hit E, and then click that, refueling. So now that's going to refuel, as I said before. And now let's see where I'm going. So my flatbed, unlike the hauler that holds 1,500 but can haul also crates, my flatbed with the resource container can haul 5,000 resources. And you see here I'm checking salvage mines. These collect resources over time, and you can go pick them up. So between these, I'm probably looking at about 2,000, 2,200. This one has 2,500. And these have 5,000 apiece, or 5,000 and 2,144. Know that you could check that, and then by the time you get there, some other flatbed can come and ruin your day and take everything. It's just the way it is. It's a resource grab. But so long as those resource mines are fueled, you could just grab from it. Your other option is to just go to the salvage fields and mine it yourself. And the advantage of that is you can find stuff to increase our tech with, like aluminum and iron and so forth. But otherwise, you're just moving along trying to get to these spots so you can grab the salvage. In the salvage mines, you will find, as I referenced previously, some stationary harvesters that can also hold salvage. And you can certainly just go there and move salvage from those stationary harvesters into your resource container, but the salvage, going to a salvage mine is quicker, and you will see why. All right, so I'm nearing the salvage yard, or salvage mine. Here's the salvage mine, and there's always a crane next to salvage mines, and I am going to make sure that I'm not parked right in front of the salvage mine. If there are two, like there could be one up here, sometimes there's a crane that's used to drop off raw resource containers in front of salvage mines, and they'll be right in between them. So you will get out, and you go into this crane, and then you hold the right mouse button and move it over, and then press the left mouse button. Then you're going to move this over here. Right mouse button will move it. Hold it down, and then you'll see there's a spot right in between there. You'll see the little arrow popping up, and you press click, and then a screen will pop up. And what you want to do, this says 5,000 salvage. That's as much as we can hold. You're going to right click, receive multiple. It'll do 300 at a time. And then you just fill this bad boy up. And you'll just watch. I'm going to fill up the whole thing. And it moves pretty quick. much quicker than mining the damn stuff yourself. All right, so I just finished doing that, and then you'll see now oftentimes you can package from inside the crane. Right now, this resource container is set to interact and pull stuff, so it's not packaged, but you got to quickly package it. It'll say package. You can hit that button, and you'll see when it's done packaging, there's a tie down for it to grab. Then you right click, move it, and move it back, and then you have 5,000 salvage inside your flatbed. Again, the hauler carries 1,500, is a little quicker, or it can be twice as quick, I think, as this, but this can carry 5,000. And so now I'm going to haul this back to the refinery. I'm down here, the refinery's here. All right, so I am getting close to the refinery with my raw resources. And different refineries, especially in high impact or high population areas, they'll have kind of rules that you should generally follow. In this one, it has a flatbed entrance area, so you bring it in here, and see that guy's probably not following the rules. And then get it in close to where the crane is. Sometimes you will find two cranes. And that person's just finished unpackaging or packaging up what he dropped off and is putting it back on his flatbed. See, they're not following the rules, but that happens sometimes. And then he drops off his thing. I'm going to get into this second crane, by pressing Q and going over here. By the way, that thing on the right is a construction yard, so if you didn't have a raw resource container in you could create a new one with 50 VMATs here. And then I'm going to move my raw resources and drop them. And then what I do is if I want to make basic materials out of that, I'll right click here and submit all. Sometimes what I do is I want to run a thing of explosive powder, and I'll do a set of 5K for that and then do the rest in basic materials, but then you right click submit all, and then at a later time you'll draw them out by right clicking here and pulling out what you've made. And then again I can package loading area equipment, so I can move this thing again. You can get out and press that against the container itself. That's another way to repackage, but we don't need to do that. But here we go. I'm going to move the container back onto my flatbed, and then I could load it up again if I wanted. Ta-da! You have now made your resources, or it'll take some time. Explosive powder takes longer. That's more of a leave it and check back in and see when you have a bunch piled up. But that's basically how you create your basic supplies.